Hello and welcome to another training video, and this is another one in the AutoCAD series on updating blocks within a CAD file from the list of names of those blocks that you want, and we're going to update from a CAD library to get the most recent versions of those blocks into our DWG. Now, I fully appreciate that some people will say, why don't you just put these in as an external reference, an XREF in the first instance? Yeah, absolutely, that's the better way of doing it. But some people don't do that, and they still want to update all of the instances within the drawing. And I'm going to show you why in my next video when we link this with a Power Query from Excel. And the reason we do that is because we can then do some complex filtering from the blocks in the block library and comparing them with the blocks in this drawing, and maybe just update the ones that were authored by a certain person or that have been modified within a certain date range, for example. So that makes it much more powerful. This is similar to my last video, except I've made a couple of changes to the code just to make it run slightly easier. Fewer steps for the user to do. So in the previous code, what we had to do was run a data extraction to get all of the blocks out of the drawing, and we're going to do exactly the same here. So extract data, create a new data extraction. I'm just going to overwrite the one I've got there, and I'm going to say you include everything in the drawing, click next. Now I'm just going to show the blocks, and now just to clarify, these are the blocks that have currently been inserted in the drawing, but there may well be other blocks already in the drawing. So if I came to insert over here, I might have lots and lots of blocks that I could use in this drawing, but I haven't used them. If I choose that item there, so I've unchecked that one, it's going to use all of the blocks in the drawing. Now that's a better way of doing it, because we might have some blocks that haven't had instances of them inserted in the drawing yet, and we still want them updated. So I've just unchecked that one. I'll click next, and I'm going to uncheck all of these, and then just go back to the drawing, uncheck all of these, and let's just have, I don't know, a file modified date. Now it doesn't really matter what you choose here, because these are not the attributes we're going to filter by. And the reason is, this file modified, we're referring to the drawing. That's the whole of this drawing, not the date the individual blocks were modified within this file. So next, I don't want my count column. I want to make sure my name column is furthest on the left. And next, I'm going to output this to a CSV file. I'm going to put it on the desktop, and I'm just going to call it DWG with blocks CSV. Perfect. Click next, click next, click finish. That's now done. So if I go into my desktop, I'll be able to see DWG with blocks.csv. That's fine. Now if I go into this file, we'll see that we have the two columns. We have the name column and we have something else, whatever other attribute we chose. And now it doesn't matter anymore what you've got. All that matters is that you have your left-hand column has the name in it, and that you have headers. So let me explain why that is. So I'm going to not make the changes there. The reason is, when we go into our AutoCAD, what I've done in the code here is I've edited it in a couple of ways. So the first way is to ask the user, where is the CSV file? So we don't have to have the CSV file saved on our C drive anymore. We can save it wherever we like, wherever we've got permission to save it, and simply browse to that folder to tell the machine where it is. The machine will then open the file that you point to from that prompt, and it will then cycle through. What it then does is it looks within the first row of that file for the first instance of a comma. Where it finds the comma, it assumes that everything before that comma is the block name. So it then goes through, same as it did before, so it says block name equals block name, and that's telling it to look for the source of the block name from the support path. So you need to have the support path set up. If you're not sure what I mean by support path, go into the AutoCAD options and make sure you're looking in the files, and here is the support search path, and simply add in wherever your library is to the support path. Now once you've done that, it looks for the new instance of the block name. Now it doesn't know that it's new, it looks for the one in the library, and it will replace the one in your drawing with the one in the library. And that's all there is to it. So let's actually see how this works. So if I close that one down, if I now do UPD, update blocks from CSV, first thing it does is it asks me where is my CSV file with the block name. I can browse to my desktop, I know that it's there. Open will now find those blocks and update them all based upon the newer versions which have the new colors. Okay, I hope you found that useful. If you want a copy of the code, don't forget to just ask me for it. So pop a comment down below or come to our website and send me an email from the website. I hope you found it useful. Thank you for listening.